the collaboration thing is so important. I think we talk about social media inside a company and people go, well, there are policies and procedures and you're not allowed to do it. There will be the guy or the gal in a company that is the go-to person that knows everything about what's going on, but they'll never blog or tweet. So why don't we actually utilise their knowledge and actually share that? Years ago in Australia, I, for whatever reason, was the go-to guy. Everyone would come to my desk and say, Andrew, you know about this? Because I made myself aware of everything going on and I was that sort of central. But how do you scale me and how do you get that out into different companies? Something at Cred that we've been doing, in fact, we're looking to do it with someone in this room right now, but I can't say too much, is to actually plug Yammer into Cred. At the moment, Cred is public, so we look at Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, the latter two you have to authenticate, and we look at providing an influencer score. So imagine if it was Chatter or Yammer, and we were looking at all of those private yams or chats, whatever they call them, and we were providing an internal influence ranking. Now, it's not to say that I'm more influential than Neville, so I should get whatever, but it's who is the subject matter expert. Let me give you a use case. Tomorrow morning, I have a presentation to a client about QR codes. I'm not the expert on QR codes, but I'm sure someone in my 100,000 organisation is. So I go to my application, I look at who is the most influential or most knowledgeable in my internal organisation about QR codes. It's actually Neville, he's based in the Singapore office. Now the internal directory doesn't show that Neville has a core competency in QR or mobile. It says he's a very well-known PR practitioner, but that's all it says. So I find that Neville is the expert, the go-to guy on QR codes. I give him a call, he tells me all he knows. I look like a real pro in my presentation the next morning. I've leveraged internal knowledge. So sometimes this whole social business is about crafting the tools that we see used externally in real-time collaboration and sharing inside the organisation. And again, it's about empowering the individual, as Neville said, inside. There is so much knowledge. The new currency won't be tweets, it'll be knowledge. And the knowledge workers will actually have internal social tools as their currency. That I think is the most exciting thing. So all of us that are very comfortable with social media in the external part, if we can take that inside the organisation, imagine how powerful we could be just by sharing what's going on. And I can see a time when HR departments will actually rank my performance on how well I share information. We talked before about getting rid of average. Average is holding information because there's a silo and I will keep my job if I hold the information. But why don't you reward me with money, with promotion, with whatever, if I share information in an organisation? How do I measure that? I can openly share it and be measured for that. So I think we'll see a shift probably later this year, early next year, where internal collaboration, and if you're listening, all things I see on Twitter, Rachel, we're talking about your favourite subject, internal collaboration. This is the future, and this is frankly where the more powerful savings and information will be found inside companies. And it helps externally. So if you know there's been a product recall, or you know that something is out of stock and you share that internally, and then people tweet crazily about it, everyone knows what's going on, you look like a better brand. And so the internal, the external, social come together, and that's when you become a social business.